topic 4, let's talk a little bit about user reviews. We had touched on that earlier and the importance of user reviews. And obviously Yelp is kind of the ultimate user review monster site that has created some amazing traction, amazing traffic, has been enormously successful also in advertising and selling its services to become a profitable enterprise. But we're also seeing that there are certain companies that have really a kind of consumer optimized user review process that allows consumers to have user reviews, but also automatically spreads the user review information through social media and through other networks to help with organic search. And so I wanted to know if you could speak of what do you guys use as your user review engine? Do you use Yelp? Do you use someone else? Do you have an internal tool? And how important are you seeing user reviews today?
Well, user reviews are obviously important. We actually have a process where, as soon as a consumer completes they complete a reservation, and then on their scheduled day of move-in, where we'll send them a notice and ask them for a review. Those reviews then are incorporated back into our site. So whether they're good or bad, we are notified obviously when the review comes in, and also the facility can see them as well in case they want to, maybe.
And is that a review of your site or a review of the facility?
We actually have a review of both our site and a review of the facility. So if there's things that, we obviously want the feedback from consumers, things that they liked about their experience on storage.com, things that they didn't. But also for the facility's sake, the more reviews that are out there for a facility, obviously the more confident the consumer is to do a transaction.
And do you integrate with Google reviews as well, or with Yelp, or you have your internal
We
review
actually
engine?
have
your own engine. And Chris, what are you guys seeing for reviews and review engines?
Oh gosh, well, kind of the way I approach reviews is partly what's a consumer going to see, right? So what sites are they hitting? When I search for a property in a market, what's popping up there? I think that's the first place to be. Lowest hanging fruit is what's out there. You've got your Spare Foot reviews, you've got Google Plus reviews, you've got Yelp reviews. I mean, there's 500 review sites, but figure out the low hanging fruit in what works best. What's going to have the most impact on your business?
And is there generally something that has the most impact that you find?
Well, Yelp is huge, obviously. I think Google Plus, Google is driving their knowledge graph through local and mobile search a lot right now. So my kind of opinion on the way Google is trying to drive some things through reviews is they're trying to get the user the information before they ever get to the website or before they ever take the next step. So you call right from your phone in your search. Yeah. So those reviews are going to impact someone right from that place. So I think those are huge.
Does
and not
Google
a lot of people
have, and I know you guys get educated by Google too, partly. Does Google have stats on how many people choose transactions online because of consumer reviews? I mean, do they have?
Well, I guarantee they have stats.
Yeah.
They
haven't seen
take
those
stats on everything.
Yeah.
No. I've got some broad stats kind of in the real estate space. We're trying to get them to bring it down to self-storage specifically. We're just down there, and that's one of the focuses we have with our partnership with them is driving a little bit further into specific self-storage data.
At Storage, we integrate with Yelp. So every one of our 3,000 locations on our site, if any of them has a Yelp listing or Yelp review, that is automatically pulled through to our site. And then if the customer wants to dig deeper and actually click through to the Yelp site to see more information about that particular company, they can. We found that to be helpful to our consumers as well. But we've debated actually switching to more robust engines that really aren't just a Yelp partnership, but really create a broader set of tools. And I believe that Sparefoot has Sparefoot reviews. You guys have been building and cultivating this over the last few years.
Yep.
What's your status of user reviews today?
Yeah, so we think we have the most storage reviews out there. We've got more than 50,000. And the reason is because they're really, really, really important. The difference between a facility that has more than 5 reviews with 4 stars plus compared to a facility that has no reviews or 1 or 2 reviews with 1 or 2 stars is like orders of magnitude difference in our search results. Literally, you can get 10 times as many reservations if you are performing well on reviews.
So you've seen that correlation of reservations based on the
For sure.
less than 4 stars versus more.
Yeah, so these are ones that we solicit after a reservation is made. We say, hey, how was your experience at the facility? Come leave a review on SpareFoot. I'm talking within SpareFoot search results.
So that's very important distinction, which we talked about before, which is there were reviews of the online sites, and that can be through a third party like Trustpilot, or there were reviews of the properties that are on our sites.
We have an option where they can pay an additional fee to enhance their placement.
We have an algorithm that ranks based on a number of different factors. One of them is how much you pay per move-in, but it's also what is your review score, how far away are you, what's your price, what's your move-in rate.
And the question was, do we incentivize people to give reviews? Chuck?
We enter them into a drawing, so yes,
What do they get in a drawing?
like a $250 Amazon gift card once a month. I mean, it effectively costs us nothing to
Sure.
do that.
$250 a month to get people
Yep.
to add their reviews.
So we take a little bit different approach. We try to kind of create the culture within the companies. So help property managers recognize instances where a positive review would come into play. So we've got a reputation management tool, but we drive that through interactions with users. So we're looking for positive interactions at every property to go ask for reviews. We've got an algorithm that kind of drives the user to the best spot. It's going to kind of deliver the best bang for your buck at a property level. So if you've got an average of 3 stars on Yelp and let's say 4 stars on Google+, simple math on that, we're going to try to drive them to Yelp as opposed to Google+. And so really just continuing to bolster your reputation throughout the internet in those low-hanging fruit spaces.
Mm-hmm.